Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast on the KPOD network. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shit-eating grin today, man. I'll explain it. Two minds, two voices. Crypto for the consumer, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. No hype, just the facts, straight shooting in a space that is anything but straight. We are bringing you blockchain the way we see it and how we are playing it. I'm your host of the podcast, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And I'm not sure if Belle is lurking today or not. But if she is, then give it up for the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Belle. And I like I said, I don't know if she's there or not. This is Scott time. Scott time can do whatever the hell he wants. This space can be confusing. We are doing our very best to educate and entertain. So grab a seat, fill your glass, and let's get to it right here on the podcast on the KPOD network. And I finally found this sound effect. I finally found it. I got to find where to use it appropriately. But I've been looking for this for a bit, and I finally found it. So here we go. This is the podcast in a nutshell right here.
Would you like something to read?
Do you have anything light?
How about this leaflet, famous Jewish sports legends?
And a round of applause for that. You know, what's funny, I was thinking about that. They couldn't make that movie today. They couldn't make Airplane, which is the founder of the sarcastic feast. They couldn't make that movie today. They couldn't make Airplane. They couldn't make Blazing Saddles. There's so many just absolutely iconic movies that people just found funny that we can't make today. That happens to be one of those, because that line right there would have that's it. That would have just taken you out. And I sorry, man, I find it funny. You know what? There's you can find humor and truth, and that is definitely it. So a few things to get to today, guys. The show note, we have the Marston on tonight. So we have the CTO of Jackal Labs, Marston Connell. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him. You've seen him on the show before. He's going to be with us tonight. And we're going to give away some Jackal, because I just like to give stuff away, but you're going to have to work for it this time. Bell will decide who gets what, but we're going to give away $250, 5 winners, $50 each. And I'm going to take the Jackal and I'm going to put it in a brand new Kepler wallet that I'll be creating. And we're going to send you the seed phrase, but we're only going to send you the seed phrase to your existing Jackal wallet. That's it. We're using the share feature. That's. I'm sorry, man. Look, this is one of the best things that's came out of blockchain, as long as there's been blockchain. So we're going to utilize it. If this is too much trouble for you, just leave it in there. Don't worry about it. I clearly it's my money. I'm not going to go back after it. But if you can't do that one simple task and you're in blockchain, then sorry, man, we'll table them, and we'll just give them on to a different winner or something like that. But that's it. We're gonna send you. You're gonna send me your Jackal wallet address. I'm gonna share a file with you. That file is gonna be a Word document that has a seed phrase on it. Create a new wallet. Import from existing seed phrase, or import from an existing wallet. Type in the seed phrase. Go take a look at the wallet, and there'll be $50 worth of Jackal in there, and you can move it. Obviously, move it, because 2 people having your seed phrase is one too many. So take it, move it, let me know when it's done. I delete the wallet off from my side, and there we go. It's my money, and if I want to put a little bit of effort on your part to claim it, I'm going to go ahead and do that, man. If it's too much trouble, like I said, just leave it in there. Don't worry about it. We'll give it away eventually. So I just think it's a real good way to illustrate what Jackal is doing, how they're doing it, and actually, demonstrating it real time. It's just like I said, it's a neat feature. I'm thrilled with it, and the whole goal now is onboarding people into Jackal. A lot of good questions have come in already. We're going to answer them as they were asked. So if you do have some, there's a thread up over on Twitter. Go ahead and drop them in. We're going to get to them. Marston loves to talk. He's gotten so polished over the years, man. It's amazing. He's a great guest. But if there's something that you want to ask him specifically, put it in. You guys know how we roll here. I get the first 20 minutes, and then the rest of the show is all you guys. So, tonight, 1800. Hope you guys join us. Now, a couple of big news. I don't even know which one to start with first. Which one would be more entertaining? Bitcoin cracked the 100,000. I didn't think it was going to make it this year. That's funny that I was just live yesterday and I said I don't think it's going to crack it this year, and then it did it 6 hours after I said it. So apparently I am the crypto Kramer. That's good, man. I'll take give me do you have anything light reading? Yeah, accurate accurate crypto talking heads. That would be appropriate with that sound effect right there. But yeah, man, it shot up. So now we have a new psychological barrier. It railed all the way up to $104,000 before it started going into correcting and sideways trading and all that. Normally I'd come up and say, yeah, it's going to trade sideways for a while because now we have a new psychological barrier. That's all 100K was. It wasn't any kind of finance. It was simply a psychological barrier because nobody wants to buy the top. Now, my buy order did fill. My 100,000 for $1, buying Bitcoin at $100,000. It did fill, but I don't know if I was the very first person, so it's kind of worthless, but it was interesting seeing it, man. That was a multi-year experiment that came true. So that $1 that I purchased at 100K, it's worth more now because now we're going to be flipping up. But there's no TA, there's no anything. Look, nobody fucking knows. I don't know. We have no idea what it's going to do now. It's kind of like the sound barrier. That was the funny thing. Anybody ever watched the movie The Right Stuff? What a big deal it was when they were out and the test pilots back in the day and trying to break the sound barrier. It cannot be broken because it hasn't been broken yet. If you hit that wall, everything's just going to stop. You're going to explode because we don't know what's past it. And Bitcoin was experiencing the same thing at that $100,000 mark. We don't know. And now it's broken. So now what? That's kind of the kicker, you know, with the sound barrier. Then it was, let's make it go faster. We want to go Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4. Let's just push it faster and faster and farther and farther because now we know that there's nothing that can stop us with the exception of our capability to build aircraft that will fly that fast. That was it. That we were stuck. After that, once we know it was possible, then anything is possible. So you come over and take a look at the Bitcoin now that we cracked that $100,000 mark. Now what's possible? What is possible with Bitcoin? We don't know. So it's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's still a financial product. It's still a speculative investment. It's still the greatest of the meme coins, but that's what it is. So yeah, from here, we don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure that there's plenty of TA guys that'll telling you about the 180, the 330, the $595,000, and they can prove it, but they can't, and we don't know. So yeah. That's kind of it. I'm not going to doom and gloom it. It's a good day. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned because boy, you know, we're in uncharted territory now. We're just completely in uncharted territory. So I have no idea. But the one thing I am sure of, is that people don't understand blockchain technology, don't seem to care about it. It means absolutely nothing to them. And I can prove this very, very easily. I was looking at the graphic that I made long time ago. We've been using that for the radio segments and the whole home of the Haktua burger. I thought it was funny when we made it because I was like, why? How is somebody grabbing fame with this dumbass spit on that thing? How is somebody grabbing fame on that? Are we this, you know, is our entertainment that's being provided to us so lowbrow now and neglected that that is what all it takes to make you famous? But human greed is always going to win out. Absolutely always going to win out, particularly with 15 minutes of fame type of people. It's always going to win out. And I can illustrate this with one simple chart. That's the Hawk token. Now, for those of you who've been following this, what better thing to do? What better way to capitalize on your 15 minutes of fame is with a meme token? And this was it. So that sumbitch launched, that sumbitch mooned, and that sumbitch bombed all the way the hell off. Now, CoffeeZilla was because that's his gig, man. He goes out there and just exposes bullshit like this. I would say that anybody who's been in crypto more than 8 to 10 minutes saw this one coming a mile away, particularly with it being launched on Solana and all of the bullshit that went around on this particular thing. I would have said anybody saw this one coming. I mean, million miles away. But they're not quite playing it correctly. Now, one, they rugged it immediately. I mean, you don't do it that quick, man. Look, you don't just get to the main event. You got to lubricate a little bit. And it seems like they didn't want to, because that thing launched right there at 16:05, and the first big-ass red candle hit at 16:10, 5 minutes later. And then another one 5 minutes later. And then more until that sumbitch was all the way the hell buried. And it's kind of funny because crypto Twitter is all aglow with this right now. Everybody's talking about this one. Oh, my God, we're going to sue. She's going to jail. Let me stop you there. Working as intended, guys. And if you had been in crypto more than 8 minutes, you would realize that this is working as intended. You gave them money. That's what you did. You wanted to be part of something. You wanted to be part of somebody who got 15 minutes worth of fame because she can give head. That's it. So what better steward of your capital could you look for? Obviously, this is a very, very smart person. They know, they they know a couple of things. So, of course, you want to give them money. And you did. But now that's kind of funny, is that you're coming out and blaming other people for it. Now, all of a sudden, you want the SEC involved in crypto. Now, you need people to go to jail. And people don't go to jail for meme coins. All right? Show me the one who did. Nobody does it. All right? They absolutely leveraged your stupidity and buried you. That's all that happened. And you did dick for research. Had you done any research, even the least little bit, you would have cleared this out. So as a special treat, let's see, we got, there's nobody on. As a special treat for you today, I've never done this on the show, but we're going to go ahead and do it now. So the place where they're bricking, where they messed up, is that when you go with the carnival model of crypto, and meaning that you get as much as you can in the shortest amount of time, then you fold up the tents and you move to the next town. That's the appropriate way to beam out here. But they're still trying to justify it. So for some reason, they did a space yesterday. Now, why would you do that? Why would you ever do something like that after you just blew people up? Obviously, boldly, bigly. I like that as Trump side. Boldly and bigly. You just blew them up, and then you went on and you did a stream to try to rationalize it. So I listened to it. I listened to this so that you don't have to, and you're welcome. But I want you to listen to the amount of bullshit you're about to hear in a 5-minute segment. Now, I'm going to play it for you. And I will be pausing it to drop in my own comments. And if you have some, go ahead and put them into the chat. But here it is. Now, it's not exactly cut. It's a little hard to listen to. It's a Twitter space, but I think you guys will get the rub of it. So if you haven't listened to it, here is the Hawk Tua pressed by investigator Coffeezilla for scamming millions, allegedly. And by the way, there is absolutely no allegedly about it. You did it. And here you go. We'll leave the chart up so you guys can keep a good eye on that while we play this clip. So here we go. Hope you enjoy.
We're really happy to answer any
questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What, Coffeezilla?
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We can answer that.
Yeah, you know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens going directly from the main.
See, I love that part. There's something that I just adore about people getting interviewed that really shouldn't be getting interviewed, that they have no kind of real press experience. And it's funny to me because the answer is everything that is that he went with the my cousin Vinny defense. Everything that guy said is bullshit. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and carry on. I'm loving this, man. I think this is hilarious.
Account.
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second.
And then it's getting sold for $50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for $50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now, we had...
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen, doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of a strategic allocation or a
How
private
much did y'all
sale.
get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make
It's not that we
selling out your
made.
fans so
Oh,
other
over here,
people
can
can
you give
dump on your
exact? Hold
fans?
on, CoffeeZilla, take a chill pill, brother.
Yeah. So
Let's
Y'all
just
just
speak.
rug pulled a bunch of people. What are
No,
you
no, there's
talking
no
about?
rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug
It's
pull.
not.
And it's not
There's
done
no
by us.
rug.
Yes,
There's no
snipers
rug
sniped it
pull.
up to an insane market cap
No, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not
No, it's
us.
not
That
just
was
that. You know that.
listen. No. I'm telling you the
And y'all
truth.
made millions on fees from this little scheme.
There's not a.
Oh, I'm sure
It's
that's
not a
not you getting
scheme.
those fees,
It's
right?
not a
Who's making
scheme.
the money on the fees?
It's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making
project. So we
fees?
can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses,
Who
right?
makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to yes, the creator, right? Who's
Which
gonna
is who?
who
Who does that
which
who does that belong to?
that belongs to the project, right?
Who's the
That
project? Who is the
that
project?
well, the project is over here, Haley Welch.
Boom. I absolutely love that one, by the way, because here's the product and here's the project, and the fees went to the project. Who's the project? She's sitting right over here next to me. They just threw her they just grabbed her and just found a bus and just tossed her right the fuck under it. And again, I'm going to harken back to what I just mentioned a minute ago. Of course, she should be a good steward of capital. Of course, she understands everything about crypto because she's been in it so long. So yes, that is the person that you want to do it. But I want you to listen. I hope you heard how kind of clever and insulating he's trying to be with all of this, with the foundation and all of the fees, and but everything is going to the creator, to the project. Who's the project? She's the project. She's the project. So all that money went right over there to her, and we really had nothing to do with it. We're just babes in the woods. All right, we're just the developers. All we were doing was what she told us to do. Of course, that's what happened. I am absolutely, I really hope somebody else caught that, because that is beautiful. I love to watch people just get completely decimated because they took bad advice, played stupid games, and are winning stupid prizes. Anyway, we'll carry on.
Right. And
How much does Haley
there's a
Welch
lot.
own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So
And
she owns all of it.
CoffeeZilla.
Again, twice.
CoffeeZilla.
Did
Take a
she
chill.
just make $1
Take a
million
chill pill.
on fees
Take
on a
a
rug?
chill pill.
I'm just trying to figure out
Do you know
who
how
owns
do you
it.
know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? Right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking
we're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rug.
two, day three. This is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. And first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right.
Now, I got to pause it again. I know people traditionally hate when we do this because you're listening to the conversation and then I jump in to throw in my 2 cents. But this is not the Hawk Tua channel, or this is not Talk Tua. This is the podcast. I'm going to get my 2 cents in. Let me look, you guys, anybody in this audience knows crypto. All right. We're familiar with blockchain technology. Now, I want you to ask yourselves, why do you need a team of 18 people for a meme coin? Why do you need a team that large that you are paying for a meme coin? It's a smart contract, bro. You're not changing the fucking world here. It's a smart contract. But every time it comes up and shit like this happens, they say, well, we're just, we're developers. We're developing beautiful and new things. No, you're not. That's what you developed. Why does it take 18 people to blow up the world? And who got paid and who made out? All of these are great questions. Let's carry on.
Right now, as we speak, this is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here, and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're
So
used
who
to.
made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much did Haley Welch make of that million, 1.8 million?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all
The
made the money?
foundation. No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation in the
Brother,
Cayman Islands.
who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It
Well,
goes
when you're
to
charging
attorneys. It goes to
15%,
accountants. It goes to directors.
you're
It
charging
goes to
15%
staff.
of the rug pool,
Right?
and you're profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pool. I
rug
think it's
pull
relevant.
because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. That's defamation.
Doc,
You're saying
Defamation. There we go. Let's
You're
get into
saying
the
that we pulled
defamation.
the rug. There was
You
no rug
released
pulled.
3%.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not
It's
going to
bullshit.
There we
You
go. We're
just talk over
defaming.
me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit. So why?
No,
why
you're
am I
not. You're
gonna take it
talking over
seriously?
me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion.
And then they're going to finish it up. There's only like 2 seconds left. But then they're going to finish it up, again, going back to my cousin Vinny. Everything that guy said is bullshit. That's it. That's your entire defense. People are understandably upset about this. But I have some thoughts. I really do have some thoughts, man. That's kind of my gig here. Yes, it all occurred within about 20 minutes. From the time that thing launched, that token was rugged inside of 20 minutes. That's what a rug looks like, by the way. If you've never, you guys have seen them. I'm just, again, trying to illustrate this. Lives were destroyed, again, because this is crypto and this is what we do. But the funny part about this, the funniest thing about this, is that they did onboard a lot of people to crypto. A lot of civilians, non-crypto people, came over here and bought the shit out of this stuff. Obviously, something made it go up. So yes, they did onboard a lot of people. And then you blew them up. And you blew them up inside of 20 minutes. So again, the only thing I can really say on this is you guys got to learn to meme. And I'm talking about the 18 people and this unknown foundation and Haley Welch. You got to learn to meme, man. All right. You don't do it that quick. You've got to let this go. You've got to let it run a little bit. You need to do exactly the exact opposite of what you did. Now, here's how I know that there's an awful lot of new people in crypto, because my crypto Twitter is blowing up and everybody is screaming SEC and she's going to go to jail. The memes are coming out, Hawk Rugah girl and all this other stuff. Nobody's going to jail. Listen to what the man literally told you. Do you know how expensive it is to set up all this shit through the Cayman Islands? Because you can't do it here. Because if you did do it here, you would be going to jail, but you didn't. You did it over in the Cayman Islands the same way everybody else does this stuff. You didn't even have to learn anything new. Every single time there's a celebrity token, it explodes. Every time. This is not the first. This is just the next or the latest. So you didn't even have to learn anything new to do exactly what you did. All you had to do was follow the game plan, leverage your 15-minute celebrity, make a whole shitload of money, walk away. Now, from a marketing perspective, this is great. And by the way, I'm still on that they just threw her completely under the bus. This poor girl has no idea what the fuck just happened. She has no idea that all the crosshairs, every single crosshair out there is sitting right there on her right now, because they're not going after this foundation because we don't know who the fuck it is. They're not going after the developers, the guys who basically just gave her bad advice, leveraged her name to launch a token and blow everybody up. They didn't do any of that. But from a marketing perspective, the apology tour that she's going to do after this is going to be glorious. Now, you have to let it wait. You can't just jump right in there. You have to let it go for a couple weeks. Let the emotion settle down, because you guys understand how this works. Whatever's relevant is extremely relevant right now, and then the news cycle changes. Something else comes up, and you forget all about it. So she's going to have to go around and do her apology tour. But the apology tour, the amount of people that are going to be watching that and tuning in for that and having everything to do with that, that's where the real money is going to be made on this thing. Not just the couple million that they made up here blowing people up, but the money that's going to be made from the sponsorship deals, from the new sponsors and the apology tour. And then she's going to end up kind of going into this educational mode where she's going to educate people about the dangers of cryptocurrency. Watch, I am Nostradamus on this, and just watch it happen. And when it does, you can come up and say, oh yeah, Scott told us all about that. That's going to be great. I'm sure you guys are aware of it, but I needed something fun to talk about today, and it really seems like this is the fun thing that I found. So the most alarming part of all of this for me, I'm just going to let you know now. Look, man, memes get rugged. People get blown up on Solana every single day. It's not a big deal. But the alarming part to me, more than anything else, is all of these green numbers that are still over here. That is the alarming part to me. People are still buying this shit, knowing how much unallocated tokens are still sitting out there, knowing all of this stuff. And if you did 10 seconds worth of research, you would find all of this information, but they don't want to. So this is the alarming part, is the fact that even after this absolute incompetence and complete and total destruction, people are still buying into it. Crypto, baby. This is why I do what I do. I cannot be any... I feel bad for anybody who got destroyed in this, man, but you had to know. All right, like you had to know, and if you wanted to know what was going to happen, you could always come over to the podcast and just ask, and I'll tell you flat out, you're going to get wrecked. Absolutely fucking annihilated in this. People put a lot of money into this shit. Life savings. They believe in the Hawk Tour girl. And we're putting in $25, $35, $40,000 of their own savings, jumping into this token, and you just paid off the scammers, man. Just absolutely did it. There is no recourse for you. I've seen law firms that are now spinning up saying, hey, if you just got blown up on this, and make contact with us because we're going to set up a class action suit. I don't care for lawyers at all. And the fact that you have law firms that are now stepping up here advertising on this, you know what? At least when a zombie kills you, they stop feeding on the corpse eventually. But lawyers don't. They don't care how dead or how long, they're going to continue feeding on it, man. I love these things. All right. We'll do some money. I had to mention that, guys. I just had to get that one out. I needed a bright part of my day, and I think I found it. So anyway, let's play a song. Let's play something fun. I need some energy. Little Kiss coming at you guys right here on the podcast on the KPOD network. Please stand by.
Get down, love is like a hurricane. Sweet boy,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast, home of the Rugah burger. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I have to change the graphics now, man. That is just so odd. Man, I don't get it, dude. There's so much low-hanging fruit out here, and you see stuff like this, and you see it repeatedly, and yet people, that's it, man. They can't let it go. Everybody wants it quick. They want it right now. And they seem to be under the impression that outside of utility tokens, any of these funny, the means of machinations, all the other, the 800% APRs and all that stuff, people still believe that they're doing it for you. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for them. Application of blockchain technology. That's it. That's what pulls us out of this. But every goddamn time something good comes along, like cloud compute, cloud storage, every time something good comes along, and these are the absolute basics of what is necessary to turn blockchain into a product, is the infrastructure to do that. After that, it should be apps, utilizing said infrastructure. But we don't. We do this. That's what we do every single time. And think about how much money was just extracted out of crypto on something like this that could have been put to real use. For real devs, not people who use other people's tooling to make a bullshit smart contract to leverage somebody that has 15 minutes of fame and then blow them up. Instead of actually building apps, something that should be on your phone, something that provides a service to you, that solves a problem, we'll continue to do this. And the next person that has 15 minutes of fame will do the same thing. However, I did see a tweet from Sophie Rain. I don't follow anybody. Dude, I'm 53, man. I'm not one of these OnlyFan bitter clinger people. But I did see it, and she promised that she'll never launch a token. And I really wanted to respond to the comment, but as soon as I respond to that comment, anybody who follows me on Twitter, and I have like 18 now, by the way, pretty big deal. I mean, I'm climbing the ranks. They're going to see it and click on that, and then I'm giving press time to Sophie Rains, another another OnlyFan. But yeah, she says, I will never ever launch a token. It's like, you shouldn't say things like that, because 2 years from now, you're gonna be 2 years older, and there's gonna be a younger you that is now entering the business and that is garnering your fame. You got used to the money. You're living a lifestyle that's well beyond your you're living a lifestyle that's well above your maturity level. So you're going to get hungry for it. You're going to have an entourage. There's going to be 18 people that are now working with you, advising you on how to maximize your current fame. And next thing you know, a crypto token will get mentioned. You say, well, sure, that sounds like a great idea. So I wouldn't be surprised. Even a little bit to see something like that come out. People are still buying this shit, man. I had to see it. I had to see it for myself, and people are still buying this shit. See, now the mindset now is that it's done all the bleeding it's going to do. It's at rock bottom. That's what people are looking for at least. Well, it's on rock bottom, and that thing, if it went that high once, less than 24 hours ago, if it went that high once, it could certainly go that high again. So I want to get in on the very bottom here, and I'm going to buy. You're on Solana, so you're paying these extreme fees to actually come in here and participate in this thing. And all you're doing is richifying. Richify, is that a word? That's not a word. All you're doing is I'm making it a word. All you're doing is richifying the people who dreamt up this bullshit. And even after they blew you up, you're still finding a reason to pay them. It's fucking amazing, man. I love crypto. I'd never, ever, ever get tired of this shit. All right. Bitcoin, I don't even know what you call it there. Again, we've hit a psychological wall on this. We cracked it. We broke the sound barrier right there. So now, because we're in no man's land, again, I have no idea what the hell's going to happen on this thing. None. But when you actually start coming over here to where the real tech is and the real innovation, all that other stuff, you're going to start to see a little bit more things like this. I consider Jackal one of the absolute premier decentralized storage networks. They do what nobody else can do, and their visibility and action is I mean, ridiculously low when you consider everything that's going to be coming up on this. It's still ridiculously low, but crypto, it is what it is. So it caught an awful lot of bleed off today from where it was. I'm sure there was a little bit of selling, but based on $100,000 24-hour volume, it's not much. But it did catch this. Unfortunately, it caught Adam because, of course, Bitcoin goes roaring up. Adam has to correct, so we're back under $10 again. But it's still in kind of a sweet spot. But it's the entire Cosmos ecosystem has always been somewhat hooked on Atom. I mean, that's it, man. They are Bitcoin. So what it is doing, effectively, everything else is going to do. And that little blip right there is a real good indication that's correct, because you see that Atom just caught a little bit. So of course, Jackal caught a little bit. Let's see what Osmosis did. I'm looking for that tiny little tail up there. See if they did it. Yep, tiny little tail right there. So we're all still addicted to Atom. So what Atom is going to do, it's going to kind of it's setting the stage for everything else. But there are some of these meme coins that are existing over here and still kind of running hot, and it got a little bit interesting. So Spice was sitting right down there. It actually broke under 2 cents for a bit, and this one is it's linked into Greg. That's kind of the bitch about this one, is that it's linked over into a cache. Now, mathematically, it absolutely is. It is absolutely linked to a cache because the largest pairing for this token is paired with the cache. And a cache does not exactly run with the mighty Bitcoin. So a cache is kind of it's a large enough market cap now that it can kind of do its own thing. There are still some monster pairings of a cache with Atom, and it's locked in there with Atom. It's locked in there with Osmo, so it's going to catch some of it. But the lift that it's given that token is it starts to become pretty obvious after a bit. So if you look at the time on that one, let me see, that was about 7:30 last night at 4:06, and it ran kind of hard. And if you look at let's see, where would that be? So that's 0912, right about there. So 7:30 last night, token sitting at about .022. Cash runs up. Now token sitting at 07 or .0207. So it more or less runs with the cash, and I'm kind of okay with that, because if you have to tie into something, tie into a utility project, particularly a strong one like a cash. But Greg was good enough to tweet about it. He's put it out. He likes it. Apparently he's a fan. I don't know if he owns any. I mean, it's not like he and I talk. I've been trying for years to get him on the show, because I've seen him do a couple of podcasts that had 2 or 3 viewers total. And I really want to talk with the guy philosophically. I don't even want to talk about the project, about a cash. I just want to talk philosophically about finance, because you're going to learn more from a philosophical discussion like that that I think you will just talking about the new big tech innovation that's coming out off from a cache. So that's it. And we have hooked up. He said, sure, let's get it scheduled. And we haven't been able to make it work yet, but I will get him on, because I want to talk to him about this stuff. But yeah, anyway. It's going to continue to run with the cache, and again, a cache kind of broke the mold here. What's it going to do? I'm sure that's what everybody wants to know. Well, where's it going to go next? I have no idea. Personally, just me. I think it's overvalued. I think at $4.50, I think it's overvalued, and I'll stand on that island. They are making a monthly revenue, but it is nowhere near high enough to justify a $1 billion market cap. It's just not even close. But apparently, for a cache, people are investing into the future, and that's actually the way you should be doing it, and the way you should be looking at it is investing 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now, not right at this moment. So where's it going to be in a year? No idea. Not even close. If they continue to be able to gulp up GPUs, then token will go higher organically, because they are upping their monthly sells. that they are leasing out more of these. And this is money that flows in but doesn't flow out. All right, when you pay for a service, that money is used. It is converted to tokens. Tokens are used, paying storage, paying providers, burned off, always going to have a little bit of a markup on them, so that's how these things stay profitable. So if they keep adding racks, keep adding GPUs, keep adding users, then the token can go up organically. But where's it going to be a year from now? I haven't got a goddamn clue. Where's Spice going to be from a year from now? Probably wherever Cash is. That's kind of it. There's a few big wallets on it, and everybody keeps their eye on those things. I don't know what they are, man. I don't know what they are. I don't know who owns them. I was fortunate to be in on that stream swap, and mine isn't going anywhere because I'm earning decently on it. And if I'm earning decently on it, that's it. That's me figuring out ways to leverage my crypto to pay for other things, like horsing around in Passage or Nibiru or something else. I actually did take a Nibiru flyer yesterday. I wanted somebody was messaging me, and I forgot all about Nibiru. The only reason that I pay attention to Nibiru is because Astrovault's going to be building out over there, and I want to be in front of it. That's it. So I took a little flyer yesterday. It went up, yay! But it's I don't know about that one either. It's app chain, man. We have so many app chains and so few apps. So it's just, I worry about pushing my money into things that are already diluted and just to, further dilute them. So I'd be a lot happier about all of these things, like your Archway, your Neutron, your Nibiru. I'd be a lot happier about all of them if they started buying each other out, just consolidating. There are simply not enough apps out there to support this many app chains. So I have a tendency to stay out of them. My plays deep in. That's it. Hands down, my plays are deep in. We need more. Even though the ones that we have, Cash is booming, Jackal is struggling, but even with that, we need more. We need more deep in projects. We need more infrastructure, because if it ever does hit, meaning people change their entire mindset and stop building meme tokens and start building useful products, we won't have enough. I mean, that stuff is going to get packed. It's filled. We're going to strangle chains. They're going to do this a lot of things. These things are actually shutting down due to usage because they can't keep up. That's an excellent problem to have. So I'd like to see more and more of that, but I have no idea what we're actually going to be getting out of this. Yeah. So there you go. Bitcoin down to 101. Now we get to find out what we're made of. That'll be the discussion. I think that'll be the discussion today, is what happens if it goes back under 100,000. Does it shoot all the way down to like 92? What does it do? We don't know. Again, when you hit uncharted lands like this, everything is off the rails. We don't know. We have no idea. I certainly don't know. You know what? I'm going to correct that. I keep saying we as if I'm one of them. I'm not. All right. I'll just stick to the I'll stick to the definite article I. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe smarter people do. All right. Anyway, that's I wanted to cover that one, guys. Got to give you another song. It's a radio show. I have to play 3 of them. That's kind of the that was the sponsorship agreement. I'm not. We don't have one. The only people that we do business with is Astrovault, and they're the only people who can tolerate us. So there we go. But let's kick out another fun song, man. I haven't played this one. I don't think I've ever played this on the show before, but it's one of my personal favorites. Hope you guys enjoy it. We will be back in 3 minutes and 22 seconds here on the podcast on the KPOD network.
Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and lightning bugs are floating on the breeze. Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by the old stumble road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me going fishing in the dark, like over and the summer's coming, the days are getting long. I waited on winter for the time to be right, just to take you along. Baby, get ready. And it don't matter if we sit forever and the fish don't bite. We'll jump in a river and cool ourselves from the heat of the night. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, it feels so good to be with you and me, going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river and down by the moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. You and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river and down by the moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just
you how you are. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I was a little late on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kittens, welcome back to the podcast on the KPOD network. And thank you. We actually had a question. What did you make of the secret shade Twitter space yesterday? I like it. I like that they're coming up with new ways to drum up money. Look, the whole secret thing, everything's going to come down. Blockchain offers you a tremendous amount of security, particularly if you happen to have one of these. That this is a ledger. If you have one of these, it offers a tremendous amount of security, but absolutely no privacy. That's why when something like the Hawk2 thing blows up, it's not hard to get in there, dig around, find the wallets, find the parties involved in this, and be able to call them out on it. That's blockchain. All right, it's literally by design, so that everybody can see everything. Now, Secret does it. Those are the snip tokens. That's where they start to mask what goes in. You don't really see where it goes out. Now, it's not foolproof. People can, anybody that real devs, people who understand how all of this stuff works, they can still get in there and find it, but it's work. But your average person like me, I no fucking idea how to get up there and find it. So this is success or failure of Secret Network is going to be completely determined by how many people are actually starting to embrace privacy. And Secret's not the only one. There's a few of them that are doing it. But Secret is Cosmos Project, so I'm going to stick around on that. That's one that I'm going to talk about because that's one that's in my wheelhouse. It depends what you want out of this. That's it. If you're actually utilizing Secret Network because you want to mask all your transactions, you're going to pay a premium. That's just the way it works. You pay for a service. That's a service. Masking. Masking. That's a better word for that. Masking your transactions is a effective way to give you both privacy and security. But it's only really ever going to just fly away if an awful lot of people want to use it. Now, Secret has been just monstrous lately. They've been killing it over the last month or so. Not today. It's starting to correct. But over the last month, taking that Secret token from 17 cents up to just under 70, that is a monstrous move. I mean, look, don't take my word for it. There you go. 300% over the last 30 days. It 3x. So Shade is directly going to run with Secret Network. Shade is a DEX over on the Secret Network. Probably it's the best DEX of the troglodytes. It's easily the best DEX. So their DEX token Shade is going to run. It's heavily paired up against Secret, so it's going to do what Secret does. Now, Shade, we'll pull that one up because it's easier to see it than it is for me to talk about it. And you can see over the last month that Shade also had one hell of a good run, up 230%. So little 2.3x. If you had Shade, you killed it. Now, this is the actual app. This is the actual DEX itself. And there's some interesting pools over here, but nothing that I would really go out of my way for. They have weird incentivizations. You know, you're going to loan them your money. That's what you're doing on one of these things, is that you're taking the risk and they're collecting trade fees. So they have kind of a weirdish what they're actually going to incentivize. Like considering what considering what Jackal is, a privacy-focused storage platform, you would think that they would just be hand in hand with Shade over here, particularly when there's already a couple of pools. There's a Shade pool, Shade Jackal, there's a Silk Jackal, but there's absolutely no incentives. So there'd be no reason whatsoever that anybody out here, anybody on this side of the screen, would pour money into that, because then you're taking all of the risk for zero reward. And it just seems like Shade, they're more concerned with squeezing dimes out of nickels than actually building a community. And that's kind of what I got from that. That's kind of the takeaway that I got from them. Now, there's only one pool that I'm actually in over here. It's that one, Andromeda. You guys remember Andromeda? And all I'm doing is going old school, playing for 121% APR, but it'll eventually blow me up. Now, fortunately, I'm still up on the pool. I put in $950 originally. My current value on that is $937, but the payouts are 71% of the payouts are in Shade. So if I just held on to that Shade, which I did, I've showed you guys this pool quite a while ago, then not only I'm about even on the pool, but I've pulled a whole bunch of tokens out, made cash on it, so I'm actually up on that particular pool by about 35% with what I pulled out. Now, one of the things that they did, this is a new feature, and I wanted to see it for myself. Let me see it. The staking Silk. Now, I don't think you get anything aside from just a straight APR, and you get rewarded with Silk. There's really, I don't quite understand this one. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with this by bottling up and locking up all of this Silk. I'm not quite sure what they're doing with it. I'm not quite sure of the reason for this. So that's my total stake in that. That's effectively what I pulled out of that pool. I put it into Silk. I'm not a big fan of Silk. Just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. I've really got to get Carter back on. I don't think he's going to come on the show anymore, but I wasn't exactly nice to him last time. But that's not my job. My job is not to be nice. My job is to plumb for information. That's by definition, that's what my job is. So I'd love to get him back on and actually talk about this and see where's your mindset, what's the long-term goal, what's the point of this, because you're effectively minting Silk and paying it out for stake. So what is the purpose of this? What are you doing with the stake Silk? That's it. That's where it'll come down to. So it does have a fixed APY. This is an APY, not an APR. I think the APR on that would maybe be 13%, something like that. So if he constantly claimed and rolled it over, then sure, you're making something on it. But it's like I said, it's not really my thing. I was never into USK either. I just had no interest in that. The dimes out of nickels things like Kajira, I have no real interest in that. And it seems like Shade is kind of doing something similar. I really wish that if anything, they could go back and focus on privacy-centric products and build a community over here. But it just seems like that's not really their goal. So that was my takeaway from it. I'll stay in. And where's pools? I'll stay in and I'll milk it as long as I can. Right now, I got a little bit more range on it because, again, I have been pulling out of this, or I have been pulling out my rewards, turning them into cash, and go ahead and running with it. But is it going to continue? eventually, if you don't get a whole hell of a lot of cash up here or token consistently go up, like I said, they got it worked out for them with the Shade token, because Shade's going to run with Secret. Secret's a bigger name, and privacy is starting to become a thing again. So as long as that narrative will continue and that they can actually deliver something, sure, I think it'll at least hold. You know, I mean, it's going to fluctuate because we have to deal with this, and Bitcoin is getting real close to popping down to $100,000 again. So if it continues, but the Hawk token, look at that thing's still going down. That'll be fun. I should just set up the damn stream today and just we call it Hawk Watch, and just watch this token continue to go down as people try to justify and rationalize what they actually did. But that wasn't the question. So I think that there's an awful lot of potential here as long as they can keep the narrative. But when the narrative fades, if that goes out, they haven't delivered anything, they haven't really taken, if they have not taken some kind of real monumental step, then Secret will fade. It's still an inflationary network. It is what it is. Shade will fade right along with it because it's riding up Secret right now. And a lot of the stuff over here that is just going to blow up. Like I said, I mean, it comes down to the pools for me. And I don't really see that much that I'm terribly interested in, regardless of the APR they're offering, and regardless of the TVL, because there just isn't a whole hell of a lot in there. So anyway, hope that answered the question. I think that was it. And yeah, that is actually it. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Going to be live tonight. We got Marston on. It's going to be a fun stream. We're doing some giveaway. I got to do some legwork. I got to create a bunch of wallets. But yeah. Please join tonight. You want to see what the future is. CTO Marston Connell is going to tell you what the future of Jackal is, straight from the horse's mouth. I get him for 20 minutes. You guys get him the rest of the time. So if you have questions, please get him in. There's Twitter threads, Bella at ThePodocasts.com. She certainly tracks all of these things. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, guys, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Go hawk to a girl. Cheers. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of